live in America right now, you know the Second Amendment is a pretty hot topic right now. What's going to end gun violence? More guns or less guns? Now that would be a pretty interesting and long discussion, but we're not here to talk about that today. Today we're going to talk about some weapons that you probably never heard of, and might make an excellent alternative to firearms. At number 10, we have the Lantern Shield. It was a pointy shield with a spiked gauntlet built inside of it, making it a really great defensive and offensive weapon. Just look at this guy, he's ready to fuck some shit up. And it also has a secret surprise. Built inside the shield is a little door that reveals a lantern. The idea was if you were fighting somebody, you would open the door and shine the lantern on your attacker's face. Back in the day, seeing a light out of nowhere made people very confused, and hopefully during this mass confusion, you would have enough time to stab him in the face. At number 9, we have the Trident Main Gauche, a dagger with defensive capabilities. See, if you're a guy who likes stabbing a lot of people, you'll notice that a dagger isn't very good at defending yourself with. But with these extra blades attached to it, you can parry incoming attacks. At number 8, we have the Plumbata, a Roman weapon that's basically just a spear with a weight on the end. It was a close-range weapon that you could either throw overhand or underhand. Centuries later, this weapon would be retooled into the family fun game of lawn darts, where nothing can go wrong. At number 7, we have the UP rocket launcher. In World War II, one of the most dangerous things about being a soldier was looking out for those damn minefields. So a couple of guys got together and thought, how can we do this in the sky? So this thing shot mines attached to parachutes, hoping enemy planes would fly right into them. Although this weapon was kind of a failure because it was really easy to spot these mines. Whatever you do, don't fly into that giant bomb attached to that really colorful parachute. At number 6, we have key guns. During the 17th century, prisoners were really rowdy and jailers needed a way to keep them in check. So a locksmith came up with the ingenious idea on making keys guns. Although this fad kind of died out because firing the key gun was kind of difficult. At number 5, we have the Man Catcher. This weapon was used against enemies on horseback and was used to snag around the rider's dumb fat neck and yank him right off with spikes. The Man Catcher was also used for things like prisoner transport. Pretty much an incredibly diabolical version of handcuffs. At number 4, we have another dismounting weapon, the Guten Dog. See, a weapon like the Man Catcher wouldn't work if your opponent was wearing a suit of armor.
Suck my balls.
It was a weighted spear that could be swung like a mace, and it was incredibly effective at killing knights. Although they kinda died out when they actually just invented a mace. It's much better at killing things. Number 3 is the Gauntlet Dagger. You see, World War I was really bad, and trench warfare is like the most horrifying thing ever, so soldiers needed to get crafty in those little foxholes. Things were so desperate that they basically just started making weapons that were just big, pointy, stabby things. Number 2 is a Yanoi revolver, otherwise known as the Ferris Wheel. This could hold 48 bullets, which was a lot for the time. And although that was really impressive, carrying it around and using it was really bulky and stupid, and it never caught on. Number 1 is the wall gun, and to explain what that is, I'm going to let this man do the honors.
This is our wall gun, a weapon that really bridges the gap between weapon and musket. A 70-pound musket piece is far from light. It is easier to move than the enemy's musket cannon. Solid ball, you could fire a solid musket or weapon. But if the enemy's close, you would bridge the gap between musket and gun. So flintlock, creating sparks. At least some of those sparks land in your musket. It can be fired as a one-man operation by dropping this yoke into a one-man musket. But if you don't have a good place for that, you need a second soldier. Preferably one like this, who's bulky enough to handle the weight and dim enough to not recognize what danger he's truly in. Creating sparks.
And that's the wall gun.
Well, that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and a subscribe. It really helps us out. So next time I release a video, you see it first.